You've been told Ilhan Omar is broke, right? You've heard her say it. That she barely scrapes by with a few $1,000 in the bank. But the truth looks very different. In just 1 year, Omar's reported net worth didn't just rise modestly, guys. It skyrocketed 3,500%, exploding into a fortune that could be as high as $30 million. She is the most ungrateful refugee that ever hated her way into Congress. And now we're supposed to believe that she was broke and then suddenly worth 30 mil? Today, we're breaking down exactly how her husband's winery and venture capital firm magically turned from near nothing into a gold mine, and why the lawsuit settlements and timing behind it all raise serious red flags. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Look, if you like our videos already and you haven't done so, you should become a subscriber to the channel. You can hit the notification bell and smack that like button because it helps us get our message out to more people. Also, you'll be notified every time we put out a new video, and thank you. So here's the story. For years, Ilhan Omar has told you that she's broke. Not just not wealthy, but flat out broke. She brushed off claims she was secretly a millionaire, saying she barely had a few $1,000s to her name. Sounds humble, doesn't it? Sounds like she's one of the people. But on the other hand, new financial disclosures tell a completely different story. Her reported net worth didn't just grow, it exploded by 3,500% in just 1 year. Wouldn't you love to be able to do that? Isn't she supposed to be seeing to it that we can do something like that? Please. Let that sink in. A sitting member of Congress who mocks capitalism suddenly sits on a pile worth up to $30 million. Something about that just doesn't add up. Hits me the wrong way. And here's where it gets even more bizarre. Her husband, Tim Manette, owns two businesses, a California winery, because why not? And a DC-based venture capital firm called Rose Lake Capital. Now, at the end of 2023, both were basically worthless. By the end of 2024, one is worth over $5 million and the other is up to $25 million. That's not growth. That's alchemy somehow. You've got to ask yourself, how do companies transform from pennies to millions overnight unless something very unusual is going on? Now, Rose Lake Capital claims on its website to manage $60 billion in assets. 60 billion with a B. They boast about deep global roots and networks across 80 countries in business, politics, banking, and diplomacy. Can you imagine her in diplomacy? They even say they specialize in structuring legislation. Really? A congressman's spouse running a firm that writes laws for clients? Totally legit, totally legit. But here's the thing. Both businesses have been sued by investors. One man said that he was promised his $300,000 would triple in 18 months. Another company put $3.5 million and got back only $1.8 million. That's math in reverse. And then, poof, every single one of those lawsuits was settled in cash in the exact same year that Omar's fortune magically appeared out of nowhere. Are we really supposed to believe this is all just good luck and timing? Back in February, when rumors swirled that she was a secret millionaire, Omar dismissed it as disinformation, the famous excuse of Democrats everywhere. She told Business Insider, quote, "Since getting elected, there has been a coordinated right-wing disinformation campaign claiming all sorts of wild things, including the ridiculous claim that I am worth millions of dollars, which is categorically false." Which category was it false in, Ilhan? Except now it doesn't look false. And this isn't her first scandal. She was tied to one of the biggest pandemic fraud schemes in American history. $250 million stolen from a program meant to feed children. Why is she allowed to stay in Congress? Okay, we know why. She's got a little D next to her name. The scam ran through a Minneapolis restaurant called Safari. There's video of her promoting it in 2021. Her campaign took donations from people later indicted And she sponsored the very Meals Act of 2020 that created the loopholes used to siphon the money. This isn't just about one congresswoman's bank account. It's about what political scientists refer to as an iron triangle. It's where Congress, agencies, and special interests scratching each other's back while taxpayers pay the bills. For Omar, public service doesn't just mean serving you, it means cashing in. And when a sitting congresswoman's net worth spikes $3,500 in 12 months, you don't shrug and move on. You demand answers. Either Omar hit the jackpot somehow or something much darker is hiding under the rug. So let's wrap this up. Omar's rags to riches story isn't about how hard work gets you ahead. It's about how the system works for them in Congress and not for you. But the upside? Every time scandals like this come to light, more Americans wake up to how rigged the game really is. And waking up is the first step to fixing it. You know, at the end of the day, scandals like this remind us of something important. America is still paying attention, and more people who joined our America First movement are now there to help us pay attention and learn different things, spread the word. People aren't asleep anymore. Every exposure of corruption sparks more outrage, more questions, and more determination to take our country back. And that's the bright side. The more they show their greed, the more Americans rally for honesty, accountability, and leaders who actually serve. The tide is shifting, my friends, and it's shifting in our favor. All right, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.